Every time you bag your grass clippings, and most American homeowners do this every single weekend, you are throwing away fertilizer you already paid for. Not metaphorically, literally. The nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in one bag of grass clippings from an average suburban lawn has a replacement value of approximately $11 to $14 in commercial fertilizer equivalent. If you mow 36 times a year and bag every time, that is between $396 and $504 of fertilizer going into your trash can. Every year. That you already grew. That your lawn already produced. That could have gone right back into the soil. I'm going to show you the method a retired Iowa farmer named Gene Vogt used on 40 acres of turf for 37 years, and why it produces results that no bag program can match at any price. In the spring of 2007, I was contracted to assess the grounds maintenance program at a private golf course outside of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The course superintendent who met me at the gate was 68 years old. Retired from farming at 60. Had taken the superintendent position because he said he missed working with grass. His name was Gene Vogt. I walked the course with Gene for about 2 hours. The turf was exceptional. Fairway density, color consistency, disease resistance, all measurably above what I typically see on courses spending 2 to 3 times the maintenance budget. I asked Gene what his fertilizer program looked like. He stopped walking, turned to me, said, "I don't have one." I said, "You don't fertilize the fairways?" He said, "The fairways fertilize themselves. I just don't let them throw it away." He walked me to the maintenance shed, pulled out a clipboard with 37 years of turf records from his farming days in Lynn County through his 7 years at the course. The data was consistent across 4 decades. Turf maintained with clipping return and biological support outperformed turf maintained with synthetic fertilizer on every measurable metric after year 3. Color, density, disease resistance, root depth, drought tolerance, recovery speed after stress, every metric, after year 3. Gene said, "It takes the soil 2 to 3 seasons to learn how to feed itself properly. Once it learns, you just stay out of the way." That clipboard changed how I think about every bag of clippings I have ever seen. 35 years, over 800 lawns, and I want to tell you something that took me an embarrassing number of years to admit to myself. I bagged clippings for the first decade of my career, not because I had researched it, because that is what homeowners expected. A clean-looking lawn meant bagged clippings. That was the standard. That was what you did. Then I started reading the research. University of Maryland Turfgrass Program, Rutgers Center for Turfgrass Science, Texas A&M AgriLife Extension. All 3 published extensive data on nitrogen return from grass clippings. The numbers were consistent across institutions, regions, and grass types. Grass clippings returned to the lawn through mulching contribute approximately 25% of the lawn's total annual nitrogen requirement. For free. Every mowing season. Without a spreader, without a bag, without a purchase. 25% of your lawn's nitrogen need gone in the trash every Saturday morning if you are bagging your clippings. That is the research. Gene Vogt had been running those numbers on his own land since 1970, before the research caught up to what he already knew. Here is why the bagging habit persists despite 3 decades of university research saying otherwise. 2 myths. Both untrue. Both still widely believed. Myth 1. Clippings cause thatch. This is the most persistent and most thoroughly debunked myth in American lawn care. Thatch is a layer of undecomposed organic material, specifically stems, crowns, and root tissue, that accumulates between the green blade surface and the soil. Grass clippings are 80 to 85% water. The dry matter, the remaining 15 to 20%, is primarily soft leaf tissue. That tissue decomposes in approximately 3 to 5 days under normal conditions. Thatch does not come from clippings. Thatch comes from undecomposed stem and crown material, which accumulates when the soil biology is too depleted to break it down at the rate it's produced. The irony: returning clippings to the lawn feeds the soil biology that breaks down thatch. Bagging clippings, by removing the organic matter that feeds the microbial decomposers, actually contributes to the conditions that cause thatch. The myth has it exactly backwards. University of Connecticut turfgrass research published a definitive study on this in 2001. The study found no measurable thatch increase in plots receiving continuous clipping return over a 6-year period. Zero increase in 6 years, against a persistent myth. Myth 2. Clippings make the lawn look messy. This one is a mulching equipment problem, not a clipping problem. Long clippings left on the surface, visible, clumped, yellow drying, do look messy. That's true. But long clippings are produced by mowing infrequently and cutting too much at once. Violating the 1/3 rule, never remove more than 1/3 of the blade length in a single mow. When you mow at the correct frequency, when the clippings are short enough, a properly calibrated mulching mower chops the clippings into pieces small enough to fall through the canopy to the soil surface and disappear within 24 to 48 hours. You cannot see them 24 hours after mowing. The lawn looks exactly as clean as a bagged lawn. And 25% of your annual nitrogen need is working its way back into the soil. Both myths, both false, both perpetuated by a $400 per household per year habit that benefits every party except the homeowner and the lawn. Let me give you the exact nutritional content, because the fertilizer replacement value calculation is the number that makes this impossible to ignore. Fresh grass clippings, wet weight, contain approximately nitrogen, 3 to 4% by dry weight, phosphorus, 0.5% by dry weight, potassium, 1.5 to 2% by dry weight, plus calcium, magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, zinc, the complete micronutrient package your grass extracted from the soil and concentrated in the blade tissue. When those clippings are returned to the lawn and broken down by soil microbes, every one of those nutrients goes back, not into a landfill, back into your soil. Now here is the calculation Gene Vogt showed me on that clipboard. An average suburban American lawn, 10,000 square feet, 1 mowing per week in season, grass maintained at 3 to 3.5 inches, produces approximately 300 pounds of clipping dry matter per season. At 3.5% nitrogen by dry weight, 10.5 pounds of nitrogen per season. Return to the soil. Free. The recommended annual nitrogen application for a healthy lawn is 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. For a 10,000 square foot lawn, 10 pounds per season. Gene's math. Returning clippings provides approximately 10.5 pounds of nitrogen annually. The recommended rate is 10 pounds annually. You are, if you return your clippings, meeting your lawn's entire annual nitrogen requirement from your own lawn's output, without purchasing a single bag. The $400 you spend on fertilizer every year is replacing nutrients your lawn produced and you threw away. Gene put it more plainly. He said, "You're buying back what you already grew. Bag your clippings and you're a customer. Return them and you're a farmer." He said it like it was the most obvious thing in the world. It took me a decade to see it the same way. Now, returning clippings through a mulching mower is the foundation of Gene's system. But Gene's 37-year results, the ones on that clipboard, were not produced by mulching alone. There is a second component, the one that takes a good lawn to exceptional. Gene called it activating the kitchen. Here is the problem with clipping return on a biologically depleted lawn. If the soil microbial ecosystem is weak, depleted by years of synthetic fertilizer, thatch buildup, compaction, or drought stress, the clippings decompose slowly. They sit on the surface. They mat. They can produce the appearance of thatch, and the nutrient release is slow and uneven. For clipping return to work at the rate Gene documented, for those 10.5 pounds of nitrogen to be released on a schedule your grass can use, you need an active, healthy, well-fed soil microbial ecosystem. The organisms that break down clippings, Bacillus, Pseudomonas, Trichoderma, actinomycetes, need to be present in sufficient populations and actively feeding. Gene's second component was what he called his kitchen activator, a liquid he applied once a month through the growing season to maintain the microbial population that processed the clippings. The recipe Gene used on the golf course fairways was simple. 3 ingredients. 1 cup of blackstrap molasses per gallon of water. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar per gallon. 1 tablespoon of plain dish soap per gallon. Applied via hose end sprayer. Monthly. Morning application. The molasses provides the immediate food source for the soil bacteria doing the decomposition work. The apple cider vinegar maintains the slightly acidic pH that decomposition bacteria prefer. The dish soap ensures penetration into the soil surface. At this application frequency and rate, 1 treatment per month, Jean maintained a microbial population capable of fully decomposing each week's clipping return within 48 to 72 hours of mowing. No surface accumulation, no matting, no visible clippings 72 hours after any mow, and full nutrient release within 1 to 2 weeks. That is the system. Mulching mower, weekly clipping return, monthly kitchen activator. 37 years of documentation. The most common question I get when I explain this, do I need a new mower? The answer, maybe not. Here's how to find out. Option 1. You already have a mulching mower. Most mowers sold in the last 15 years have a mulching plug or a mulching deck option. Look for the word mulch on the deck controls or in your manual. If it's there, you're set. Pull the bag off. Insert the mulching plug. Done. No purchase required. Option 2. Your mower can be retrofitted. Most standard rotary mowers can be converted to mulching with a mulching blade kit and a deck plug to block the discharge chute. Cost: $25 to $50 at any hardware store. Compatible with most Toro, Honda, Husqvarna, Craftsman decks. Check your mower model number. Google mulching kit for model. Takes about 20 minutes to install. Option 3. Your mower cannot be retrofitted. Older side discharge or rear discharge mowers with no mulching blade compatibility. In this case, if the clippings are short enough, simply discharge into the lawn rather than bagging. The 1/3 rule is critical here. Cut no more than 1/3 of the blade length. Short clippings discharged across the lawn surface decompose nearly as effectively as mulched clippings. Not quite as fast, but close. Option 4. Upgrade. If you are replacing a mower anyway, a good mulching mower runs $250 to $400. At $400 per year saved in fertilizer, your mower pays for itself in the first season. Every season after that is pure savings. Jean ran a 30-inch commercial mulching deck on the golf course. Said he'd never run a bagger on turf he cared about since the day he understood what was in the bag. Here is the complete Jean vote method, step by step, season by season. Step 1. Convert to mulching. This week. Retrofit kit, mulching plug, or new blade, whatever your mower requires. Get this done before the next mow. Step 2. The 1/3 rule. Non-negotiable. Never remove more than 1/3 of the blade length in a single mow. If you've been mowing every 2 weeks and letting it get long, that changes now. Mow more frequently. Cut less each time. Short clippings disappear. Long clippings pile up. The 1/3 rule is what makes mulching invisible. Step 3. Maintain correct mowing height by grass type. Cool season grasses, tall fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, perennial rye. Mow at 3 to 3.5 inches, never below 2.5. Warm season grasses, Bermuda, 1.5 to 2 inches. Zoysia, 1 to 2 inches. St. Augustine, 3.5 to 4 inches. These heights are not preferences. They are the heights at which each grass species produces the optimal clipping size for rapid decomposition. Below these heights, clippings get too short and mat together. Above, they get too long and don't break down fast enough. Step 4. Monthly kitchen activator application. First Monday of every month, growing season only. Into 1 gallon of non-chlorinated water, 1 cup blackstrap molasses, 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon plain dish soap, hose end sprayer. Morning. Even coverage. Do not water for 90 minutes after application. This maintains the microbial population that processes the week's clipping return. Without this step, clipping return on a depleted soil produces slow results. With this step, Jean's 72-hour disappearance rate. Step 5. Sharp blade. Every season. Dull blades tear the clipping tissue rather than cutting it cleanly. Torn tissue has more exposed surface area and more cell damage. It releases a compound during decomposition that temporarily inhibits grass growth. Sharp blade equals clean cut equals clean decomposition. Sharpen your blade at the start of spring. Check it again at midsummer. 15 minutes on a bench grinder or with a mill file. It matters. Gene's clipboard showed a consistent pattern across every property he documented. Year 1. Clipping return begins. Soil biology is being fed. Nutrient cycling starting to establish. Some homeowners notice slightly faster clipping breakdown by mid-season. Color begins to hold more consistently between fertilizer applications, or without them. Root depth measurements show early improvement by fall. Year 2. Gene called this the click year. The soil biology has established a functioning decomposition cycle. Clippings disappear within 48 hours. Color is noticeably more consistent and deeper than year 1. Weed pressure beginning to decline as density increases. Most homeowners at this point have either dramatically reduced or completely eliminated their fertilizer purchases. Year 3. The self-feeding system is fully operational. The lawn is producing its own nutrient cycle. Root depth measurably superior to a bag program lawn on the same soil. Drought tolerance significantly improved. Disease pressure reduced. Spring green up faster. Gene said the most satisfying thing about year 3 on any property was watching homeowners realize they hadn't bought fertilizer and couldn't find a visible reason to. That's when they understand, he said. The lawn knows what it's doing. You just had to stop interrupting it. One important addition to the clipping return system. As density improves and the soil biology activates, weed suppression improves naturally. But in year 1, the transition period, bare patches and thin sections can be vulnerable to weed establishment. The parallel plan that handles existing weed pressure while the clipping return system builds the density that will suppress weeds naturally in year 2 and 3. 4 mistakes, all common, all fixable. Mistake 1. Mowing too infrequently. Letting the lawn grow tall between mows, then cutting too much in one pass. Long clippings don't disappear. They mat and yellow. And they feed the thatch myth that makes people go back to bagging. Mow more often. Cut less each time. 1/3 rule. Mistake 2. Skipping the monthly activator. Returning clippings without the microbial support on a biologically depleted lawn. Clippings accumulate. Results disappoint. The activator is not optional in year 1. It is what makes the system work at Gene's documented rate. Mistake 3. Mulching wet grass. Mowing when the lawn is wet after rain or irrigation. Wet clippings clump. They don't disperse evenly. They mat on the surface and can smother the grass beneath. Wait until the lawn is dry. Always mow dry. Mistake 4. Expecting month 1 fertilizer results. Clipping return does not produce the week 2 nitrogen spike a synthetic bag produces. It produces sustained, consistent nutrition that builds month over month. Judge this system at the end of year 1, not week 4. Gene's best results are in the 3rd year, not the 3rd week. That is what Gene Vogt showed me on a clipboard outside Cedar Rapids, Iowa in 2007. 37 years of data on the same piece of ground. Turf that outperforms synthetic fertilizer programs on every measurable metric after year 3. At a cost of monthly activator ingredients, under $4 per month, plus a one-time mulching kit if your mower needs it, versus $400 per year, average, in fertilizer you were buying back from nutrients you had already grown and put in the trash. Mulching mower. 1/3 rule. Correct mowing height. Monthly kitchen activator, molasses, apple cider vinegar, dish soap. Sharp blade every season. Stop bagging. Your clippings are not waste. They are the most valuable input your lawn produces. And for 50 years, American homeowners have been paying a trash removal service to take them away. Gene's last words to me that day, as I was getting back in the truck, were, "Son, the lawn grows its own feed. Always has. You just have to let it eat. Trust me on this one. Pull that bag off your mower this weekend." Gene was right. See you in the next one.